The Services Provision Act can be started by clicking the Form a New Services Provision Act button on the client's object page. Before performing this action, next to the Services Provided button, we see the information note Services Provided €0. After clicking the Services Provided button, a page should open where we can see the list of services provided in the client's object. But in this case, when we click this button, this page will not open, but only the message "No services were provided at this object." As a result, the page for the provided services in object is not formed, will appear on a red background. Also, by opening the Services Acts List page through the left-hand menu section Acts Services, we will see that there is not a single act in this list yet. After returning to the client's object page, we click the Form a New Services Provision Act button. The Services Provision Act formation page opens, where we can list the services provided to the selected client object and form an Excel format document. Fields that must contain data entered by the program or entered or revised by the user are marked with a red asterisk, and fields in which data is entered immediately or after the calculation operation and cannot be changed by the user have a gray background. In the Act Number field, the program enters the next number of the last Services Provision Act formed before for this client's object, and in the Date field, the current date. If necessary, we change this data. Let's go to the Scaffolding Changes page in this client's object. We see that there is one Transfer Act, one Return Act, and one Sales Act. We can only view these acts, which means that their data is used in the formation of invoices rows. Let's assume that we noticed that the services performed during the transfer and return of scaffolding remained on document. We return to the client's object page and open the Services Provision Act formation page. The date of the first Services Provision Act will correspond to the date of the Scaffolding Transfer Act. Using the filter, we leave only transportation services in the list of selectable services. We include the truck with a crane service by the unit of the trip, by entering 1 in the quantity column of this service line. Then, using the filter, we leave only installation dismantling services in the list of selected services. We include the installation service by the unit per hour by entering data in the quantity column of this service line. We click the Review button. We see only those services for which quantities have been entered. The unit price was entered through the service editing function, since usually the unit price of the mentioned services will be the same. If we need to view and edit the services or add a new service, by clicking the Open Services page button, we will open the services list page in a separate tab of the browser window where we can perform the mentioned action. We return to the Service Provision Act Formation page and click the Calculate button. If we need to add other services that are not in this list, we could click the All button and add the necessary service. Perform the calculation again, and then, if the data is suitable, click the Form a Document button. A Service Provision Act document is formatted in Excel format, which is downloaded to the local computer. We return to the client's object page by clicking the Services Provided button. The page of services provided to this client object will open, which will already include a column with the data of the newly formed Services Provision Act. By opening the Act List page through the left-hand menu section Act Services, we will see that this list already contains the main data of the newly formed services provision. For the same object, we form a second act of provided services that were performed during the return of scaffolding. Next to the Services Provided button, we see the information Services Provided. The amount is no longer zero, as it was before adding Services Provision Acts. By clicking the Services Provided button, the page of services provided to this client object will open, which will already include a column with the data of the second formed Services Provision Act. By opening the list of Acts page through the left-hand menu section Act Services, we will see that this list already contains the basic data of both just formed Services Provision Acts.